If you could teleport yourself only once, where would you go? Knowing me, I would probably waste it on something stupid when I'm drunk. Either like, oh fuck, I could really use some food. Teleports to McDonald's, or hey, want to see something cool? Teleports to the other side of the room. Of course, you can only teleport once, so once again McDonald's staff are left with a drunk person from out of nowhere taking up their time with something unrelated to burgers. AKA Tuesdays. I'd wait until I get mixed into some horror movie bullshit, and then at the most climactic part of it I would just teleport to the Bahamas or something. To Mars, to the highest point of Mount Olympus. When they finally do find my corpse, it is going to be the surprise of the millennia. Mount Olympus is in Greece. I think you mean Olympus Mons. Man, this guy is going to pissed off when we find his body next week. Teleport to Earth 2 and see what the fuck is up. See how fast Jesse's gotten. Teleport into Area 51 and act like the time machine test messed up and I'm in my younger body without a way back. And you also only have a week to save the world from apocalypse. So you find your siblings. When I'm on my deathbed, I'd be like, later bitches, I was an alien the whole time, and teleport into the sun. The Pythagorean way out. You sir are a man of culture. I teleport to the moon while wearing a hot pink romper. Specifically to the next moon landing site. So that they'll be super goddamn confused when they land and see my dead body with YOLO drawn in the sand. Wouldn't the romper get dyed white by space radiation like the flag? Would a vinyl romper hold its color in space? I have no clue, smiley face. I'll just dye my skin where the romper would have been. Just in front of Elon Musk and tell him I'm coming from Mars with a warning, but I forgot. He's sleeping, doesn't see you teleport, calls the police, and you go to jail for breaking and entering. /unexpected monkeys paw. To a planet in the Andromeda galaxy just to get away from Earth, you fool. You let the replicators know of our existence and doomed us all. Sudden Stargate. This comment pleases me. The logical thing to do would be to save it until I really needed it, but then I'd probably end up just saving it for something more important every time I should have probably used it. If you can afford to save it, it wasn't important enough. I guess I'll take this bullet in the ass then and save it for later. Japan, specifically the Fuji mountain. I've dreamed of going there for years. How would you get back to? With a plane? How do you think people travel? Inside of the sun. It would be instant and painless death. Edit, I'm an idiot. Look, the surface is hotter. Edit, for a reply, it's the corona that's hottest. No, this isn't about the virus. But knowing 2020 we might have a coronal mass ejection event which results in an electromagnetic pulse that wipes our electronics or something. Surface is about 6000 Kelvin. Center has about 15,000,000. On my deathbed, I would want to see a black hole firsthand. Came here for this. I was thinking the surface of Saturn. Sure, I'd only last a few seconds, but what a way to go. Yup. A moon of Jupiter or Saturn with a killer view maybe. Unless there's a time constraint, I'd save it for a time when I really needed it. Example, oh god, I'm horribly injured. Teleports to hospital / that out of network bill though, just teleport out of the US, it's not hard. Into Bill Gates' office when he is in there and ask to borrow a cup of sugar. Into the most secure solitary confinement prison cell in America. Then I sue for unlawful imprisonment and make bank. This guy thinks they'll let him out. If no one is making money from my being there, I won't be left there. Perform it on stage in front of James Randi under any and all restrictions he demands to win his $1 million prize of proving the supernatural. That's a good idea. He'd probably just claim you have to repeat the trick or it wasn't real. Not if you specify that you would do it only once, and he can have extreme measures set up to try to prove it. Just say it needs time to recharge and you don't want to waste it any more than necessary, which would actually be true, except for the implication you can do it again. I'd like to go somewhere where I can see the northern lights. Why would you want to go to Seymour's kitchen? For the steamed hams. I'd use it to get into a bank vault and become insanely rich. There's only the minor issue of how I'd get out, but we can deal with that when we get there, eh? You would be rich for a short period of time. Getting in is easier. It would be better to use it getting away, surely. Removed. Going pee in your sleep and you unconsciously teleport yourself to the bathroom. Onto the floor in Game 7 of the NBA Finals just to see if Kawhi will unlock a new emotion. If it's a magical teleportation that takes me to a place that meets my description, but I don't have to specify exactly where, I'd teleport to the furthest location from where I am now that can support my life. I'd discover things like that there is at least one pocket of space outside the observable universe that abides by the same physics, or find the furthest inhabitable place in our universe, and potentially make contact with similar life forms, or confirm once and for all that Earth is it. Whatever the outcome, it would be profound. Would be kind of disappointing if you ended up in like Perth though. But at least we'd know Frown, the closest planet that can support human life, but already has peaceful inhabitants that would welcome an alien invader and not treat them the same way our planet would. And then your Earth diseases infect and kill all of them. Good plan. Now we have 2 planets. Worked for the Spanish. Mars, just to really confuse future astronauts. Extra points for creative warning sign in your hands. Something like don't poop, they can smell it from miles away. Do not trust mission command. By the time you read this it is already too late. In your arms, bro. Bro. To the road next to mine. I just missed the ice cream man, but I can hear his jingle there, but I'm too drunk to drive and too unfit to run. That was slightly depressing to read. I would let scientists study me. Teleport anywhere they want, but have a massive amount of equipment recording everything humanly possibly on both ends of the jump. I'd want humanity to have a chance at reproducing it. This could be the most monumental boost to science in our lifetime. Well, first you'd have to convince them you can teleport. The more pressing issue is, how would you come back? I could think of a few situations where you'd only need it to get back. Like, waving a gun will get you into a bank vault, and the hard part is getting away. I'd save it for when it's urgent, like most consumables in video games, and never use it. But I need these 99 poison crossbow bolts that I've learned to play the game without. Greenland, you motherfucker, gonna get Greenland even after they lock down the only port with a cheat, no less. Plague Incorporated.